And we are back with the MLG game on Ender's game on Bluray Invitational. Ready to go with Hitman versus Kane game 2. And it's gonna be a game on Polar Night Ladder Edition. Should be good. What do you think, Rob?
Yeah. I'm hoping Hitman plays like Hitman this game. Like, that would be more interesting, I think.
Yeah, I think you will. This is a pretty good map for all-ins as well. So, we'll see if, yeah, Hitman will all-in. The question here is, will it be a 1-base or a 2-base? What do you think, Rob?
Hopefully a 2-base.
Okay, fair enough. I think that's what he excels at, so good call right there. Kane being very cheerful and happy today. Of course, at the 11:35 we have Hitman as the Green Protoss for SYF Gaming, Australian team I believe. And Hitman is one of their few, if not only, non-Australian player. And Kane, I love Sam. Representing Team My Insanity at the bottom position of Polar Night, the red cert. Hitman will be going for a Nexus first, but did not scout, did he? Nope, no scouting. Oi, Ethan.
Yeah.
Would you like to cast with me?
After a shower.
Okay, shower and come. So Iagus will be joining us in the cast after he showers. He had to go for an hour or two. He'll be back soon. Right now it's Hitman against Kane. We're in the middle of the cast, so go shower. Thank you. Love you. Iagus, if you haven't heard of him, has the coolest beard in esports, probably by far.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite easily. So there's the Nexus first. I would not be surprised to see a gateway being dropped by Hitman. We'll have to wait and see. It is a gateway indeed. And this is the kind of risk that Hitman usually takes. It's like, you know, like this is the greediest possible build that a Protoss player can do. It's a Nexus first without scout into a gateway, skipping the forge. Into a gas, so not even now dropping a forge, and I don't think we will see a forge before the Cyber Core. So this basically says, if you go for a 14 pool, make 6 links, I'm dead. If you go anything lower than that, I'm also dead. If you don't, which is the more likely case scenario, well, I'm alive, and in a great spot. So Hitman taking a big risk here, paying off so far. We will see the Cyber Core. Wall's a little bit weird, but I dig it. And I like this. I mean, again, this is a sort of risk that I think can give Hitman a very real shot of winning this game and perhaps the series. Kane playing pretty standard himself. Using those links potentially to take the watchtowers and then check around, or just take and stay at the watchtowers. Very likely as well. Probe's gonna move out on the map, potentially to drop proxy pylons. Hitman's still working off of only 1 gas, so we might see a very fast gate pressure with just Hitman likes 8 gates. That's what I'm feeling here. I'm feeling the 8 gates. Not just because Hitman likes it, but because he's really low on gas, and 8 gateways would he's currently using the Cyber Core as well. And there's 2 more gateways on the way, and I think we're gonna see a lot more added. 3, 4, 5. I mean, it's Hitman. Kane can expect it all he wants. It's 6. It's still really hard to stop. 6, 7, and that makes 8. So, yeah, and he has 200 gas only, but he's gonna be able to crank out Zealots and Stalkers non-stop, and that's why I thought it would be an 8 gate, is just because of the lack of gas. That's what you can support. Hitman knows it all too well. It's gonna be a really quick 8 gate. Kane reacting with the Roach Warren, definitely the right call. And important to note, Rob, is Kane has not taken a third, and this could work out really good for him. Because if you hold the all-in, and it is very much an all-in, then you're in a pretty comfortable position, I think. Now Hitman is one of the better players at transitioning out of all-ins, for of course very simple reason. He does it every game. So we'll see what Hitman is able to accomplish. First I'll get him picked off here. Not good for him. The Stalker could get picked off, probably not. There's the first and potentially last big warp in of Stalkers here. He'll warp in Stalkers here and there, but probably not so often. And we'll see what he's able to do. Is there any spines for Kane? Not really. Force fields in this position would be amazing, but quite clearly Hitman cannot afford to make any sentries. As we can see, the gas is never going to go up to where he needs it to be. But this is going to be a lot of units. So this is the kind of game where Hitman looks unstoppable or he looks terrible. Which one it's gonna be, we're about to find out. And that's not to say that he is either one of those things. It's just the way it goes. It's a very momentum based all-in, and it's one of those things that if it starts going in Hitman's favor, it's not gonna stop going in Hitman's favor. And if it starts going in Kane's favor, it's just not gonna stop. 2 queens getting picked off is a good start. Yeah, it's pretty big. The Stalkers, though, staying a little bit further back than they should have. However, the Roaches themselves chasing perhaps a little bit too far out. The Stalkers are going to get a 3 shots on the retreat for the Roaches there. But the Stalkers are really important units here. And the Spine Crawlers now, that definitely bought time for Kane to make those spines and, you know, throw them there. So Kane floating a lot of minerals. As a result of losing those queens, he's not able to inject as well as he normally could. But it looks like he's holding it. It looks like he's pushing Hitman back, and this might be it. I mean, again, if he holds one wave, it's all over for Hitman as far as the all-in goes. We should keep an eye on the gases at Hitman's base. He hasn't taken any, but yeah. If and when he does, that'll be a big indicator of him trying to transition out, and pretty much him admitting, okay, you stop this, I'm really far behind. Having said that, he's only 36 probes to 38 drones, so it's not the worst thing in the world actually, and Kane also hasn't teched at all, so Kane taking every preventive measure to not die here.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you, with the worker count so close and neither one teching, like how
yeah, neither one taking a third either. Well, the thing is, Hitman doesn't know that,
right.
So he'll continue probably to try to apply pressure here. So, I mean, it depends on how much more he commits, really. He doesn't really have sentry, so he doesn't have the option to just back and chill. Kane forcing Hitman to fight onto the Spine Crawlers here soon, potentially. And the thing also is, if Kane manages to push Hitman back convincingly, then there will be a counterattack. So whatever army composition or whatever Hitman's plan for the counterattack is, or whatever his transition was, it will have to wait in favor of making even more units back. Having said that, yeah, Hitman's doing pretty well here, as well as can be expected. I mean, Kane has done literally nothing but produce units, right? And this is what I was talking about. Like, either Hitman's gonna look like a hero, and you're gonna go, "Wow, how are you supposed to ever stop that?" Or it's gonna look pretty bad. And at this point, it's gone for long enough that I think everyone can see how viable this strategy is. Even though Kane, being the great player that he is, scouted it right away, right? So he's still having trouble stopping this, and this is still anyone's game, I think. Rob, say it.
It's Ender's game.
Yeah, it's
on Bluray.
Indeed. Killing that spine is big. Even canceling is big. This is a lot, and the Stalkers are a little bit trapped. He wants to keep that Stalker count. Very similar to what the Muta count would be in a normal CVT. Those Stalkers are all that matters, because Hitman's gas income makes those Stalkers irreplaceable. Nope, he has to pull back here. those stalkers are super vital here. He cannot afford to lose any more of those. Those are the DPS against the roaches. Those are the units that cannot get kited by the roaches, like the solid scan. Great job by Kane here. That might just be it.
Hitman has started worker production again.
Yep. So Hitman's gonna transition out, and I don't think he's in an unwinnable position. Just now restarting to spread his start his chrono boosting of things, but he is a lot of supply behind. Now here's what I was talking about before. There's gonna be a counter attack by Kane. Hitman, what do you do? What do you do as Hitman? Do you warp in the one sentry with a 100 gas that you have?
Right.
I mean, it's a pretty tough decision to make, right? Yeah, he's making a robo facility, but it's pretty hard to not take a lot of damage from this counter attack here. Because once you admit, okay, this is not gonna work, then you're also saying, okay, if this is not gonna work, I'm gonna do something else, right?
Right.
You're probably not gonna pull back and just keep making units on your side of the map, right? So the counter attack is usually pretty strong. I'm gonna take the cybercore down
Already
here.
started another one.
Yeah, that's good.
I knew that was going down.
He's smart. And we have the third hatchery going down for Kane. I don't know if Hitman can stop this at all. I don't think so. Not without taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, be immortal. I don't think it's going to come out.
It might. GG. It does not, like I said. So, Kane taking the series 2-0. A very great response in the last game to Hitman's specialty, which is the all-ins. Again, Hitman might be a very predictable player, but he's extremely good at what he does. Say if Hitman was on route, I would play him against Korean teams, and I'd be like, okay, just do what you normally do. They won't see it coming. Free win. So, Kane is going to go up 2-0 against Hitman. And that means that we're going to have a Major versus Kane rematch of the semifinals of the last tournament.
Correct.
Where Major actually managed to defeat Kane. Also a rematch of WCS Challenger where Major also defeated Kane with a score of 3-1. So these two are great friends. I would say they're pretty close in skill, and they are going to be going up against each other right after this 3-minute break.